Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's safety recap. Before we get started, make sure that you give me a thumbs up down below here to encourage me to make more videos of this type. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel where you will find additional videos of this nature, along with toolbox safety topic videos and leadership training videos. Well, let's go ahead and get started with the weekly recap. First, I'd like to say, of the several jobs I visited this past week, that the enthusiasm and the willingness to do a good job was there, definitely there. All the jobs seemed to be well organized and well executed. Kudos to the guys doing the work. Now, there were some weaknesses out there that I need to talk about. Number one, and I say it all the time, the PTP. Now, the PTP is the most important tool on the job site. Whether there are 2 workers or 200 workers, a daily PTP is to be performed prior to the commencement of work. The PTP identifies the task or the work that is to be done. It also identifies the hazards associated with that task or work and how those hazards are to be mitigated. This document is to be developed and discussed with all team members prior to the commencement of work. It promotes a buy-in mentality and helps produce a productive and safe workforce. Do the PTP. Next, I'd like to talk about proper tool, using the proper tool. From time to time, I'll see a screwdriver being used as a pry bar or a chisel, or a wrench being used as a hammer. Make sure our guys have the proper tools to perform the task in front of them. If someone gets injured using an improper tool, there's a lot of accountability in that action. Make sure our guys are using the proper tools to perform their task. Next, I'd like to talk about equipment, inspection, and use. Equipment should be inspected prior to use, and that's everything from a hand tool, an electric tool, sawzall, skill saw, all the way up to skid steers, forklifts, scissor lifts, and track hoes. Inspections are to be performed prior to work, and on equipment, mechanized equipment, they are to be documented. Make sure our guys understand the importance of inspecting and proper use of mechanized tools, hand tools, and electrical tools. Next, I'd like to talk about ladders. Now, along with hand tools, electrical tools, and mechanized equipment, the OSHA standard requires that ladders be inspected prior to use. Now, it doesn't take but a minute to inspect a ladder. We look for broken or cracked side rails, broken or bent rungs, missing rivets, and most of all, that I see a lot of, is a label showing what the capacity or the configuration the ladder is to be used in. Make sure that those labels are on those ladders. If you cannot see the label, if it's illegible, it's missing, you cannot perform an inspection. Therefore, the ladder cannot be used. Also, make sure that ladders are used properly. The A-frame ladder should be fully extended. The extension ladders should be at a 1:4 ratio when they're extended and used, and they should extend 3 feet above the top of the working surface which you're ascending to, and they should be secured at the top as well. Make sure our ladders are properly used and inspected. Now, rigging. Rigging is not fall protection. We cannot use steel cables, steel rigging, or webbing to use as fall protection. And then, as we use it as rigging, it must be inspected. To pass inspection, it must meet certain criteria such as wear, broken wires, cut webbing, and it must have a label on it. And that label has to define what the strength and capacity is for that particular sling, whether metal or web. It has to define what the capacities are for the different configurations, be it a straight hitch, a basket hitch, or a choke hitch. Train and show our guys the proper inspection procedures for rigging and ensure that it is inspected prior to use. Hole covers. The OSHA standard requires that any hole greater than 2 inches in diameter be covered with a cover that is secured against moving and marked. Hearing protection. Anytime our employees are exposed to 85 dB for an extended amount of time, they must have hearing protection. That would be chipping, sawing, some machinery, anything that produces noise over 85 dB, our employees must have hearing protection. Along with the hearing protection, if they're doing chipping or sawing, then face protection is required. Now, face protection is to be used in conjunction with eye protection anytime flying debris, sparks, or slag is produced in an operation. Finally, I'd like to talk about first aid. There must be a first aid kit on a job. It's the same as a PTP, whether it be 2 people or 200 people, there needs to be an appropriate sized first aid kit to manage first aid on a job site. Now, that was quite a list, but it was minor stuff, and most of the jobs out there had everything. These are just some stuff that I noticed. Kudos to the guys for doing good work. Continue to do the good work. Train our guys to do the good work. Take pride in your work. And thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you give me a thumbs up down below here to encourage me to make more videos of this type. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel where you will find additional videos of this nature, along with toolbox safety topic videos and leadership training videos. And until we see each other again, take care of yourself, because you're number one. Look out for your co-workers and help ensure their safety. Have a grateful day. And remember, I will see you in the field.